listen to me, listen to me. Like I do this all the time.
Hey guys, welcome to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you what I worked on this week and another finished product that I had from a while ago, maybe about a month or two ago. And I'm ready to deliver it. I think I'm going to deliver it today. I made a hat for my mechanic. He was working on my car a month or two ago, I can't remember. And while he was working on my car, I was in the car crocheting. And he always wears like crocheted hats on his locks. So he said, I did not know you can crochet. Are you kidding me? And then he was asking me if I would make a hat for him. And I noticed all of the hats that whenever I've seen him, they are close, stitches that are close together, not a lot of like air to go through it, and it looks like with acrylic yarn. And so he has really long locks, and he would always have them like up and the hat over it. I don't know, I guess it would be considered a lock sock, I'm not sure. But so he asked me if I would make him a hat, and I was like, sure, I got you. And so I asked him what did he want? What type of style was he looking for? And he's like, I just wanted red and black because that's the colors of the flag from the country he's from. And so I said, well, do you want open stitches, like a mesh look for the summer? Because it was, at the time, it was, I don't remember when this was, but anyway, it was getting hot. It was actually hot because he was recharging my air conditioner or whatever in my car. So I wanted to know if he was open to a mesh stitch, because that would be much better for him in the summertime. And so he was like, I don't care. It can be open stitches. It doesn't matter. He's like, you just, do your thing. And I just want red and black. So I said, oh, okay. All right. So I asked him the measurements of his head, because I did not have my tape measure on me, which I probably should keep one. But anyway, so I didn't. So I just asked him, and he's like, I don't know, a normal size guy's head. So I was trying to, gauge it. So I made it, my head is a little bit bigger than, like an average woman size head. And then with my hair being so thick, I have to make my hats bigger just to fit, my head with my hair. So I figured if I can make something like the circumference of my head and maybe a tad bit bigger, it will be okay for him. So I'm hoping that it fits. If not, I hope I made it a little bit bigger and not smaller. That way, if it's bigger, I can just add some elastic to it to remedy that. But if it's smaller, then we just gonna have to sell that one and measure his head and do another one, which isn't, a big deal. So anyway, so I'm supposed to see him today, and I'm gonna deliver his hat to him today. And if I do, if he allows me to, because I really would like to have a picture or a video of him with the hat on, so I can sell others in different colors and put that on my site. So if he consents to that, I will share a picture of him wearing the hat if I deliver it today. If not, whenever I get it to him, if he consents, I'll share a picture of it. Anyway, so this is the bag, because I like I have these bags and they're satin, and I put usually all of my garments, I have different sizes, because it just helps them, a place for them to keep their crocheted item and keep it nice. Not against any other like things that will get lint and all that kind of stuff on it. So if it fits in the bags that I have, I usually pack them in this. So anyway, so this is the bag, and here's the hat. So I've seen people call these lock socks. I don't know. To me, it just seems like a hat for locks, because it has a brim, you know, this edging and brim on it. And then I made it long, even though like the hats that he wears, they're shorter, but he wraps his locks up so tight, and he has like this like stocking type thing over his locks, and then he puts the hat on. Man, that has to be hot. But anyway, so I made the open stitches, and I made it with Ultra Pima cotton, so that it can be cooler for him in the summer months. Although summer's almost over, but it'll still be warm here for at least another maybe 2.5 months. But anyway, so this is it, and I hope it fits him. Like I said, I made it a little bit bigger, and I might just bring my elastic with me so that if it doesn't fit, then I could just put some elastic in the band really quickly and allow him to have it, instead of taking it back and trying to fix it and then getting it back to him. But this is it, and I hope he likes it. So I made that, and I finished it actually when I saw him a month or two ago, and I told him I would work on it. I made it that week, that following, that week, because I was expecting to see him the following week, but it didn't work out. So I've had it done for a while, and just thought I'd show it to you because I think I'm going to be delivering this to him today. There you go. So that's that. The other thing that I worked on, well, the thing that I worked on this week was I made a market bag. And I shop at Aldi's for certain things, and I usually only one or two things I get from them that are cheaper than at the other stores. I don't shop at Aldi's for everything because they don't have everything that we like or need, but for the things that we do like there, I do shop there. I never use their grocery carts because, again, I'm picking up one or two things and they're in my hands, or I will bring like a grocery bag and just put them in there. So it's usually something I could just walk in and walk out in my hands, one or two items. But I made a market bag because I saw someone's video that said Aldi's market bag, and I thought, oh, I should make one. And she made a little quarter saver, so I made one too, but I didn't make mine like hers. I made like a granny square one. I think hers was just a regular one. And I also made my market bag different. It just gave me the inspiration to make a market bag. And I had some scrap yarn left over from those dishcloths that I made a few months ago. So I had some peaches and cream scrap yarn left over, and I thought I'll use that and make a scrap yarn market bag. So here's what I made for my Aldi's bag. And this is my little quarter keeper, which I have never used there. At Aldi's, you have to, if you want a grocery cart, you have to put a quarter in, and then you can use the cart, and then when you return it, it gives you your quarter back. I have never used it because, again, I never have enough stuff for that. But I just thought, why not make one just in case I might use it one day. But anyway, so here's my little scrap yarn market bag, and it's really big. I made it big because, again, this will fit all of the items that I usually buy out of there in just one bag. And let me take this off real quick. So I made a granny square. I did not change colors, and I didn't have time for that, to be worried about every round making it a different color. I used the scrap yarn, which is variegated, and I don't care that it's not a different color in each row. After doing that granny square a day challenge, I'm a little bit tired of weaving in ends every round. So again, it's a scrap yarn market bag. So all right, so you just take this out, and there's your little pocket. I got my quarter, pop my quarter in there, and then bring this through this little loop Come on, go through. And then pull it. It closes it up in there, so it's not gonna fall out your quarter. So got my little quarter in there. And then take the strap, wrap it around, and then bring this big part through and pull. So I got my little market bag with my quarter keeper. So I guess this was an Aldi bag. I know when I was growing up, there were other stores that had that type of system where if you needed a grocery cart, you would put a quarter in. I don't remember the name of it. I don't believe it was Aldi, but if you have a grocery store or store in your area that requires you to put a quarter in or any amount of money in order to get your grocery cart, comment that store down below. I'd love to know in what areas, what different store names have that system where you have to pay for your cart. So anyway, so I made that, and I was gonna make another one because I thought we usually buy salmon, which is in a really long, narrow pack, just one whole fillet or side of a fish, the salmon, and it's usually like this long, and when you're carrying the grocery cart, like this much is still hanging out of the grocery bag. So I wanted to make a market bag that was kind of thinner, but I mean narrower, more narrow and longer, to specifically for that, because we buy salmon a lot. We eat salmon, my son and I, a lot. So this might be long enough. I'm gonna see today, because this is the one I have finished, and I'm going to Aldi today to get salmon and a couple other things. So I'll see if it fits in that. But I started working on another one specifically for that, but I did not I stopped working on it because this is the yarn that I'm using, and I've never used this yarn. I've never used this size with this big cone thing. So this color was on sale at Walmart for $6. I don't know, I would seem like this would be the regular price, but the regular price was like almost $10. I don't know if I'd pay that for this, but the $6 seemed like a pretty good deal. And so I got this for $6, and I thought I can make the market bag, and I don't have to worry about changing colors, because this would surely be enough to make one market bag. And I thought I will put it on my yarn spinner that my son made for me. You have, I'm sure you've seen it, but anyway, you can see hooked on E. So anyway, my son made me this large one, and I thought, okay, because for the smaller, this was peaches and cream. I don't know if I mentioned that, but the smaller ones, and I used my smaller yarn spinner for that because the pull is on the outside. Well, I thought, okay, I'll get this and I'll use my large yarn spinner. And so I got home and I started to work on this, and I went to pop this thing on and take a look. It looks like a lamp that I look at it like this, but it won't go all the way through this right here. And so I was working on this, started it and working on it a little bit, but I was annoyed with this bouncing all around and pulling stuff out, and you know, the yarn spinner is so much more convenient. So I just stopped working on it last night. Tell me if you've worked with this type of yarn before. It seems like you should be able to take this out, and I was trying to pull it out so I can just pop this on my yarn spinner, but I couldn't pull it out. And so I just thought I would ask you guys, if you've worked with this yarn before, are you able to take the cardboard out? If so, can you tell me how to take it out so I can pop this on my yarn spinner and make this easier for me to work on this other market bag without dealing with having to keep unwinding a little bit at a time and this rolling all around in my work area. So that was that. But I did first work on my little quarter saver for it. Really like these colors. Again, you can't tell it's granny square because I did not separate the colors, like change colors for each round. Again, I don't care because it's just a market bag, an Aldi bag, a grocery store bag, and I just thought it was cool. So I made the quarter keeper for it, and then once I get this figured out, I'll resume working on my little market bag, because it didn't take me long to whip this up. I think, you know, I started it one day and then I went to sleep and then woke up the next day and finished it off. So not very long to finish this, and I'm actually going to use it for the first time today because I need to go to Aldi's. So I'll try to do a little bit of footage. I'm going to pick up my son in a few minutes. I was thinking about picking him up and then going to Aldi so he can film me, but really, if I leave a little early, I can go and get that done and maybe just film like the groceries in the market bag and not me actually walking in the store and all of that stuff. It's not that big of a deal. So I'll probably do that, and that way I'll have that done when I pick him up and we don't have to stop to the grocery store because we still need to go to my mechanic. So I think I'm going to do that. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Sorry, my hands are peeling. Let me tell you something. Menopause, never mind. I'm not going to get on that tangent, but I was going to mention menopause and dry skin, and my skin just peels and I'm constantly putting oil on my hands and stuff and whatever. Again, that's a tangent and I gotta go. So you guys have a great week. And don't forget to comment below if you know how, if this can come out, and how to take it out. And what grocery stores in your area requires you to use a quarter if you need a grocery cart. So shopping cart, grocery cart, whatever. Guys, have a great week. Thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great week. Bye.